The students, we shall now look at the poem John Brown by Bob Dylan. I have sent two videos, one day for yesterday and another one yesterday. Those of you who have seen the video might follow the poem easily. On the first day, I had given stanza-wise summary, an introduction to author, and an introduction to the poem. And in yesterday, I had given the main themes, three main themes, and answers for that. So you please read through the introduction given in this book as well as in your workbook. The main idea is Bob Dylan was a singer. He was not a poet as such, but he was more of a singer. And he used to sing in public places. And you must always remember, John Brown is an anti-war lyric. So keeping this in mind, we shall start the poem. John Brown went off to war to fight on a foreign shore. His mama sure was proud of him. He stood straight and tall in his uniform and all. His mama's face broke out all in a grin. So John Brown went off to war to fight on a foreign shore. So he was fighting on a foreign shore. So being a soldier itself is something great. And when he fights on the foreign land, all the more better. It's a great honor. John Brown went off to war to fight on a foreign shore. His mama sure was proud of him. Mama is mother, mummy. His mother was proud of him. Surely she was proud. What is the meaning of proud of him? She admired her son. She is proud of him means she admired her son. Admired her son that he was a soldier and he was going to fight in the foreign land. He stood straight and tall in his uniform and all. This is to speak about the physical appearance, especially when John Brown put on the uniform. He stood straight and tall in his uniform. Straight. You know, army men, when they stand, look so elegant. And when they are in uniform, it is superb. So he stood straight and tall in his uniform and all. That is, he dressed himself up to go for war. That's the meaning of the third line. He stood straight and tall in his uniform and all means dressed up to go to war. His mama's face broke out all in a grin. So grin is a smile, a broad smile, a wide smile. So his mama's face broke out all in a grin. That means her face was full of smile. Why she was happy? Because her son was going to fight in foreign land. And he looked so beautiful, so elegant, so handsome, tall and straight. So you must always remember that word. He stood straight and tall. It will have a later reference to it towards the end. Now he was straight and tall. We will see later. Oh son, you look so fine. I'm glad you are a son of mine. You make me proud to know you hold a gun. Do what the captain says. Lots of medals you will get. and we will put them on the wall when you come home. So this is speaking about the wish of the mother, the fantasies of the mother, the dreams of the mother about her son, John Brown. The first part is in the present, the second part is in the future. Oh, you son, you look so fine. I'm glad you are son of mine. You make me proud to know you hold a gun. That is the present situation. She is very glad, she is very happy that John Brown is her son. When children do something good, parents feel proud of them. So she is very proud of John Brown, and she says, you are making me proud, making me feel good, because you hold a gun. Gun is a symbol of power. Gun is symbol of authority. So you hold a gun. And the second part is about the future. What is going to come? Do what the captain says. Obey the captain. Obey the commandments. Lots of medals you will get. You will get. Lots of medals you will get. And we will put them on the wall when you come home. So after all the wars have been fought, being obedient to your boss and fighting the war, when all the war is over, you must have collected plenty of medals. You bring them all and we shall exhibit them at our home. We will put them on the wall when you come home. So we will decorate the wall with all the medals you bring at the end of the war. As that old train pulled out, John's ma began to shout, telling everyone in the neighborhood, that's my son that's about to go. He's a soldier now, you know. She made well sure her neighbors understood. So it's a farewell scene. The son is going to the army office to report, and he is going to the foreign land to fight. Before going is a scene, so mother is bidding farewell to her son. Actually, she must have been very sad because the son is going away. She should have been feeling a kind of depression, kind of loneliness, because she is going to be left alone. But none of these feelings are seen. She is very happy, very enthusiastic. She is full of life. As that train pulled out means left with the passengers. As the train left with the passengers, John's ma began to shout, telling everyone in the neighborhood, that is my son that is about to go. He is a soldier now, you know. So she was proclaimed to the entire world, to her neighbors, to everybody. That is my son that is about to go. He is a soldier now, you know. Do you know? My son is a soldier. He's going. He's there in the train. He's leaving. He's going to the foreign land to fight. She made well sure her neighbors understood. So she made sure that everybody understood. So she was shouting at the top of her voice. She was so happy that her son was going. She got a letter once in a while and her face broke into a smile as she showed them to the people from next door, and she bragged about her son with his uniform and his gun. And these things she called a good old-fashioned war. She got a letter once in a while and her face broke into a smile. So, soldiers are allowed to write letters, once in a while, not every day, not every week. They are given certain times. In a month they can write this many letters. These were olden days. There were no phones and other communication, only letter writing. So he used to write once in a while, and whenever she received the letter, her face will break into a smile. She was full of joy. As she showed them to the people from next door, so she will take the letter. She not only reads, she is more interested in showing the letter to her neighbors and people around. And she ragged about her son with his uniform and gun. She will talk about his achievements. See, my son, he has written, he has done this, he has fought this war, he has killed this many people. So she will go on explaining to others the great achievements of her son. And she ragged about her son with his uniform and gun, and these things you called a good old-fashioned war. So there is a sarcastic statement. It's a sarcastic statement. And these things you called a good old-fashioned war. So that's what the author, Bob Dylan, says. This is what called war. That is, sons are being sent to the army, to service, and mothers feel so happy. They are happy because they fought war and they are holding a gun. And you go on proclaiming it to everybody. And this is old-fashioned war. Good old-fashioned. It has snatched a son away from the mother. John Brown has been snatched from his mother. So many men have been snatched away from their mothers. And this is called war. Is it war? Taking away their dear ones? Taking away the sons who are supposed to take care of them and the family, being taken away, carried away to the places and fighting war and losing their lives. Some of them they are getting handicapped. Is that war? Yes, that is the old-fashioned war, and they were happy about it. Oh, good old-fashioned war. So, it's a refrain. Again he repeats. Already he said, and these things you called a good old-fashioned war. Again it's repeated to give stress, to emphasize. Oh, good old-fashioned war. And there's an apostrophe mark. How do you call it a war? Is it a war? Or is it something else? Then the letters ceased to come for a long time. They did not come. They ceased to come for about 10 months or more. Then a letter finally came saying, go down and meet the train. Your son is coming home from the war. Then the letters ceased to come. Ceased means stopped. Stopped to come. For a long time they did not come. Well, earlier she was getting letters once in a while. Now it ceased to stop to come. For a long time they did not come at all. They ceased to come for about 10 months or more. So more than 10 months, no information. Where is he? Is he fighting war? Something happened to him? No news. Then a letter finally came saying, go down and meet the train. Your son is coming home from the war. So surely this letter was not from John Brown. Because finally a letter came saying, go down and meet the train. Your son is coming. John Brown doesn't say, he doesn't write saying, I am coming. He is somebody else. That is from the officials of the army where he is serving. They have sent a letter, go down and meet him in the station. Your son is coming from the war. So we shall see what is going to happen when the mother meets the son, and in what kind of disposition John Brown is now. Thank you.